I think this is a response to this young lady that went in on me. I don't know why you went on me so hard. Um, but we're gonna try it because there's a few things. There's a few issues with your rhetoric. I don't have a problem with you. I think you are gorgeous. Um, you're younger than me.
Sorry.
You're younger than me and everything. So you're not going to catch me feeling threatened or anything by you because you're younger. Because I've already been there. I was 31 once. I wasn't looking as good as you at 31, admittedly. But younger me, she's cuter than you. You're real cute though, but younger me was cuter than you. I'm not threatened by you in any type of way. Here's what's wrong with your rhetoric, baby. Because I see you keep saying people are coming for your content. It's because here's why. Because there is no one universal experience, okay? You are trying to make the point that if you've been treated poorly, it is only because you are ugly. However, we all know that the prettiest people do the ugliest things. The prettiest people do the ugliest things. The prettiest people have the lowest self-esteem. The prettiest people in their youth, in their childhood, experience weird shit, and then you tell them that it's nice. So like, me, little girl on the playground, getting pushed around and bullied by boys, and they'll tell me it's because he liked you, right? Mistreatment is a natural part of men's mating ritual. Their mating ritual involves brutality from the very beginning. So you can't tell me as a little girl, a beautiful little girl, nobody ever told you that a boy that punched you is probably because he liked you. That is the normal rhetoric for a little girl who experiences violence at the hands of a boy who definitely likes her.
What did you say?
Nothing. You just need to mind your business. Finish your pizza. I'll give you an extra piece since he brought us that pizza. I'm about to show y'all what happened. There's a point here, right? So me, myself, if I go online right now and I try to make a dating profile, I know at my current state, I wouldn't get a lot of play. Excuse me. This is the largest I've been in my life. I have never been, prior to me moving here to Newark. Let me see. How long have I been here? I moved to Newark in 2021. Okay. And when I moved here, I was like 167 pounds. This is not to defend myself. This is because of my experiences that I can give you the reason why your rhetoric is wrong. Okay. I was 167 pounds when I moved here. The lowest that I've ever been in adulthood is 132 pounds. When I gave birth to my daughter, I was like in between 155 and 162. You know how you have that fluctuation and stuff. I'll work out sometimes. I literally, when I'm healthy, I just gotta work out like once or twice a week, and it'll stay. I don't have to like do nothing heavy and hard. So my entire experience has always been negative, but I still get pretty privileged. There are things that happen to me that would only happen to me because I'm pretty. I know for a fact that I benefit from pretty privilege every single day, despite the fact that now I stand at 200. Okay, now I'm 200. My skin is probably the last, y'all seeing me on the internet these last couple years, my skin is the worst that it was ever been. I've had better times, happier times, right? You just inspired me to step on here really quick. But I say all that to say, I've experienced both uh,
Your weight is 190
fuck.
feet.
Y'all just heard me. I just broke the barrier finally. It's been so hard. I finally broke it. I'm 198.5. Okay, I just dropped a pound and a half this week. Excuse me. It's Friday. So excuse me. Get off there. We don't want to worry about you. Maybe later. You finish your food. Sorry, that was random. So right now I'm standing at 198.5. Okay. First time under 200 in 2 years. Thank God. Because that's, again, unless I was pregnant, I've never been over 200 pounds. Actually, I've never been over 160. So, I'm sorry, 180. Because after I had my daughter, I stayed at 180 for a really long time. Okay. Back to the point. It is not a universal experience for every single beautiful person to only experience pretty privilege. What I see to be more common is a balance of pretty privilege and mistreatment, because men's mating ritual has been told to us that it is brutal from the time we were young. Okay, men are also conditioned. Their conditioning has way more to do with how women are treated than what they look like. Okay, how they're conditioned, they're not even allowed to tell you how they feel. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to get a man to be vulnerable outside of that stuff. Then there's some things about your research, which it's cute, but there's things about your research we're going to talk about. But I didn't really think I was going to talk about this, but I realized you came into my algorithm for a reason. It's so weird when it happens. It's weird as fuck. You were subbing me before I said anything to you. And then you try to act like I did something to you when I responded to you. And then you called me ugly. And like you went really deep and drawn in on me. And I never said anything to you. I told you were doing good work and all that. So there's something here. I don't know what it is, but we're gonna talk about your rhetoric, okay? Today, and I keep trying to say, I experience pretty privilege. I still get free shit. I still do. Just because I'm overweight now, I'm still living off the residuals of youth. And I am very beautiful and I'm rememberable. Okay, I'm very remarkable. People do not forget me. All right. So today we ordered Papa John's for breakfast. It's like a yes day type thing where he's done great. So he was going to get pizza for breakfast. We ordered our pizza right at 9:30.
Did not come.
It did not come. Okay, no, you don't need to. I know you want to tell the story, but the reason I'm telling them the story is because it has to do with something else, nothing about you. But anyway, sorry, throw that away. It did not come. Delivery driver says, yes, I did drop it off at J6. I did. And I'm like, okay, well, we didn't see your car pull up, so, you know. And he says he left it at the door on the ground. I know you didn't. I know you didn't. It's raining. Because it's been raining all summer. Because somebody's pissed. But anyways. They said they were going to make us another pizza. Okay. So he comes back with our new pizza. And as soon as he greets us at the door, he breaks out into a smile. And he says, I didn't come here. And I know I didn't because I remember you. And he says, let me go back to the other spot I went to and see if your pizza's still there. And he did. And he brought me my pizza. Now I have 2 pizzas. I still experience pretty privilege, regardless of my weight, because I'm pretty. There's other things that you don't think of, like camera angles. The camera adds 10 pounds, right? So it's going to stretch what my jawline looks like. You've never seen me. Ever. None of you have ever, if you've seen me only on camera, you've never seen me. Excuse me. So that's not really just to validate myself, though. I myself made a video on the beauty spectrum quite a long time ago. And so you're telling some women that they're delusional and that they're unable to accept facts about their reality when you yourself are unable to look at certain variables in regards to how that works. When I'm speaking on the beauty spectrum, there's other spectrums involved, like the sexuality spectrum. You've got the victimization spectrum, right? The victimization spectrum is created, by your experiences, whether you're beautiful or ugly. And sometimes, especially because I believe that the root of everything is covert emotional incest. You think the root of everything is lookism. I believe it's covert emotional incest that spurred on lookism, because I believe that covert emotional incest is the result, or is the cause of all isms. Okay, I've said that way back. It's the cause of all isms. So in a family dynamic, a parent realized that their child was more attractive and naturally gave them more affection or anything like that. Well, it is kind of natural. It's a little bit harder to, I wouldn't know. But I would imagine, like, especially in the age of just being a Neanderthal, the earliest of people, not Homo sapiens, the earliest Homo sapiens and the earliest Neanderthals, right? How difficult it would be to process that, because at that point you have no concept of empathy or anything like that. So looking at your offspring and seeing that one offspring is hard on the eyes, it would be hard to naturally show, like just show them love. So I understand that, but the reaction is to choose a golden child. And then from starting the golden child, the process of the golden child and that dynamic is how you get into a whole culture of people only glorifying the good looking, right? So that spectrum there of abuse can land, because it doesn't mean that the beautiful child will be the golden child, especially if you have a jealous mother, right? The golden child, or the who should technically be the golden child, may be the outcasted child, and they may be used to being treated with unattractive struggles, even though they're not unattractive. And so then they go on into their life, and that's when they become the adult, the prettiest person that does the ugliest things. The person who doesn't even expect anyone to treat them with their beauty privilege. So then therefore they start to experience more detriment and violence within their life, and they meet on the beauty spectrum. They are still on the opposite side of the spectrum as the person that is unattractive, but on the victimization spectrum, they land at the same place because of their experiences as children. So I hope that made sense, because I'm trying to do this on the fly, but that was a perfect example to show what my day-to-day pretty privilege looks like. He went out of his way to go get my pizza. He left it there like an hour ago. So that person could have very well picked it up. He was willing to risk it. Because he remembered me. So, yeah, especially like it's a dangerous game trying to play, like call people ugly on the internet. I don't think I'm not photogenic. Okay, this hard put in words. I have never seen like a really great picture of myself unless I'm like, they just caught me and I'm like, yeah, and I did a little smile. Like when I actually like try to do, I would never be a model, I guess. Well, I could because the photographer would figure out how to capture that. I don't know how to do that. I'm not a photographer. So when I'm posing and I'm doing certain stuff, even when in my youth, I don't have a lot of pictures that look like me in the mirror. When I get off of here and I look in the mirror, I look different. Also, we're in the day and age that enhances flaws. Okay, y'all should be aware of that. I'm sure everybody is, but have you ever noticed how, I mean, because your camera is like HD or SD or I don't know what the fuck any of this shit means, right? But it has a resolution that even we as humans do not use. Okay. So when I step outside and I go outside and I speak on my face sometimes, people will tell me that they didn't realize that I had any scarring because the sunlight changes how I look in public. When I'm in the bathroom, my skin does not look like it appears on screen. And the only reason my skin looks clear right now is because it's dark. But that's how, I mean, so if somebody walks in here in my room and they see me in the dark, they don't see all that. They don't see it in high sunshine. They don't see it unless they're in certain lighting or you're like, I'm on camera and it super enhances how my skin looks. But it actually looks really light in person, right? So you guys are out here like judging each other off. The camera can never, it's just the camera is a mirror. A mirror can never give you a real picture. We can only see each other face to face. I'll never see what I actually look like unless I'm thinking about getting a true mirror because I'm really curious. It's like funny that you came up into my algorithm when you did because I've literally had a true mirror in my shit for like it's not a need, so I haven't gotten it. You haven't even seen yourself. All you see yourself is an image, a mirrored image, even if it's like how depending on how your camera is, you're not mirrored. But even if you're not mirrored, it's still a mirror. Like it's still not giving you the correct angles because it's a camera. Like this jawline, it looks a lot more extreme than it does on this fucking camera. Every time I hate it. Doesn't matter how I sit, you're just gonna have to catch me in person, boo. But I said all that to say your rhetoric is very dangerous because it does not account for variables. It doesn't account for it at all. And so then you're running around here and you're trying to, I'm going to make a change in the world by exposing this. And it's like, it's not even really a thing because there's too many variables for it to be a thing. It is a thing, but it's too many variables that change it for each individual. Overall, I experience a balance as long and here's another variable that I don't know you, so I would never discuss it with you, but if you've been on my channel, you know what I've been experiencing. And I know you've been on my channel. I know you've been on my channel. I don't have anything against you or anything, but now when I see what you're saying and you're making it more clear, I see why anybody would have an issue with your rhetoric. Because you don't account for variables. So I have now had herpes for 15 years. And all the things that you claimed that I would never experience or that I've been jealous of you about, which would never, I don't even live a life. I've been a single parent since I was a teenager. So I've never really had a lifestyle where it even mattered to me. But, when I was young, I was never turned down from a VIP. I was bought free drinks. I had an offer to be flown out, but I didn't go. But I've had men travel to me. I've been offered $2K since having herpes. I've experienced the things that you think that I haven't. And from this side of there's variables. Once certain things changed in my life, so did how I get treated, because attractiveness isn't just what you look like. It's your personality. It's your fuckability. Okay. If I'm no longer fuckable to technically only 20% of the population, by the way, and herpes is not attractive exclusive. I'm trying to think of the word that I would make up for that. It doesn't have a bias. It's gonna pick pretty ugly. It's gonna pick, it don't matter. I'm sorry I'm using the word ugly. I would say less fortunate. Right? It doesn't have a type. So, I could still be in the top 0.1%, which I'm not. I would never. I'm a 7. But I could be up there and I would still be lowered by the expectation of my level of chastity and my fuckability. So therefore, that also changes how someone who is attractive is treated. There's too many variables to say that the only thing that fuels how people treat each other is by attractiveness physically. Because one, the mating ritual for men is normalized as brutal. The brutality only lessens with attractiveness. However, that doesn't stop nothing either. You mean to tell me that the girls that have been out here getting killed and body swapped were ugly? Have you seen some of them? You know, like the girls that had their friends and oh, we were best friends. We were best friends. We did everything together. I looked just like. She was admiring that woman's beauty and killed her. Or like, men who don't let their wife leave and they kill them and they are very gorgeous. To say that only unattractive people experience any type of harm or struggle just sounds ridiculous. It's actually a rite of passage. You know what I'm saying? It's a rite of passage. Not really. I mean, I'm not saying that as the only thing that changes is your level of privilege to good behavior. But there's always going to be an underlining point of danger. Just because you yourself didn't experience danger doesn't mean anything. I had an NFL player take me out. It was a nice time. He still raped me. He wouldn't even bother to take me out. Like, your logic is saying, I'm not dating my looks match, but why? So some of this shit be confusing, because they, at the time that they were my looks match at the time, right? But to say like, you're delusion, she's telling women that they're delusional because they think they're beautiful and not everybody is equally beautiful. I do not actually have any qualms with that. That's the truth. We aren't equally beautiful. There are a lot of different, tiers, status, heights, sizes. There's a lot of different things, and beauty is a personal perspective, right? And I'm losing my train of thought because it's so silly. It's like it doesn't make any sense. It makes sense and it doesn't make sense. You're saying that women are delusional if they've been experiencing certain struggles, it's because they're ugly, and that you can't claim them because you've never been mistreated. And that's just weird. Because even then, and especially, we're going to use me because you really genuinely think I'm ugly, okay? You think I'm ugly. if that was the case, I would never be complimented then. Like, when people come to me and they want to date me or talk to me, they would never compliment me. They would never say I look good. They would never say I was pretty. That would imply, and I think that's what's actually happening. You continue to try to put this on women, and I really think it might be a man thing still. Right? Because when men want to sleep with you, they love bomb. Okay, so if there's a woman out there that is truly ugly, because like we said, there's tiers. If there was a woman out there that was truly ugly, and you couldn't say she was average at all, and she said, yeah, I'm pretty. Everybody tell me I'm pretty, and I I get all the dick and da-da-da, right? The only people responsible for her level of delusion would be the people telling her she's pretty in order to mistreat her. It would never be the woman's fault that they're in delusion. You're out here like simping for them too. Like, oh, stop lying on these men. Stop saying they fuck anything. Oh, yeah, this is why it's been bothering me too, because in the beauty spectrum video, I specifically said that the beautiful woman, she'll never be believed. Who would ever believe you? And you are now, like, you are actually just you're showing me exactly what I'm talking about the beauty spectrum. These men don't fuck anything. Honey, I have an STD. I don't be going after people like that, but back in the day, okay, I still got play. I said, hey, I have a very nasty vagina. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that. But I let people know I had it, and they still fucked me, because men do fuck anything. They will stick their dick anywhere. How are all these unattractive women? How are all these unattractive women having children? And I'm sorry, unattractive women. I'm not trying to put you down. I'm not saying you don't deserve to have any children. That's never going to be the case. Just please explain to me, if men don't fuck anything, and you've seen some anythings that have children, and oh gosh, there was this one chick back in Columbus. I'll never forget it. I do believe that she had the potential to be beautiful, but at the time she was not that at all. No sense of hygiene at all. It was grotesque. And my cousin showed me one of her baby dads, and I was like, you're kidding. They will. It depends on them. Each individual person. You can't say this is a universal experience. This is each individual person doing something. What are their wounds? What are their pathologies? Are they abusers? Because if they're abusers, they'll definitely go for somebody because that's ugly, because they'll get the response you're given. Men don't fuck anything. You're a liar and you're delusional. That's what you're saying to women who are telling you, hey, men been fucking me. Men been raping me. Men been doing shit to me. And no, I'm not attractive, but they're fucking with me. And you're like, yeah, well, I just did this research, and I did a profile, and she only got one like, and the dude told her to give her head. You're lying. You don't know what happens in person. You don't know what happens in private. You don't know if that stuff is really happening on the app. Then you get in, don't move the goalpost. Honey, the way that research is done, you can't work on confirmation bias. You got to look at a whole bunch of different aspects. Let's put this person in a different area and see if she gets more play. Let's see if this person does better in a white area, does better in a black area. Let's see what people say to her. In my youth, I got a lot of both, but I used to get like in 2021 when I got my my plenty of fish, I was overwhelmed. like in 5 days I got 600, but then I started thinking about it and I was like, that couldn't have been real. I think everybody knew what was going on. Y'all was just hitting me up. It was embarrassing. I was embarrassed. And my range was very far too. I had a very far range. Um, so anyways, that's neither here or there. Your research sucks. You are experiencing confirmation bias. I think your manic state is a little too manic. It took me a really long time. I can't watch your videos. I liked, like, when I saw your post, I saw like one of your first couple posts. I was like, this could be interesting. And then I listened to you and I heard some things and I was like, yes, this, I can agree, but I trail off. I struggle to stay, I don't have a good attention span. The fact that I've been sitting here talking for 30 minutes is amazing. And I didn't get thrown off by anything. Amazing, right? So I lost my attention span with it because there's too many holes. There's too many variables that aren't accounted for. There is no absolutes. Otherwise, I don't disagree. I do believe that people do need to get it together and really get to know what their number is. My number is a 7. I'm not going to delude myself and say I'm an 8 or a 9 or 10. In my younger years, definitely was prettier than you. And I don't mean to say that. It's just that you spent so much time like attacking me and trying to say you're prettier than me and flexing on me. Your body would probably be the only thing that was better. Because you're 120. When I was in my 20s, I was 132. I wore size 3. But I don't wear makeup. Makeup is an enhancement. I'm not trying to like knock you. I don't give a fuck. You without makeup could never knock me without makeup when I was young. Ever. Okay. So I had I had a very mixed, diverse amount of interactions. And one, you didn't account for people having their reputations ruined. You didn't, think about like people like Amber Rose, or, I mean, she receives a lot of people talk a lot of shit. They speak really cruelly to her, but she's still getting wined and dined. You know what I'm saying? Or like, example I was about to give, I totally went out the window, but that's because of my attention span. You are trying to tell me that my experiences are because of something that's on the outside. And my experiences that I'm speaking of aren't anything that happened when I look like this. I mean, the shit with old dude recently, I look different, but all of them, they got me when I was looking much better. You know what I'm saying? And I was dating my looks match, as you say, or someone who's on your level. And in fact, this probably wouldn't have happened if I would have just not dated Jeremiah's dad, because Jeremiah's dad was never on my level. I dated down. And it's funny because now he's hot. I will always say that about him. All of them, they're very attractive men, you know what I'm saying? But baby dad number 1, he had a little glow up. It wasn't little. It wasn't little. He did a lot of work. You did good, baby. But anyways, that's why I'm saying to you, like, you can't seem to understand that there's duality even in how I'm treated. Because as long as nobody knows anything about my sexual status or my sexual history, up until the point they know about it, the conversation changes. Like when you're showing what your inbox looks like, I've had that. And then when we start getting into the thick of it and we want to talk about if I've got, I have an STD, blah, 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 it changes. It doesn't mean this out here is looking bad. There's expectations. There's other things that are involved. You're not accounting for that. And so that's why I think some people are being rubbed the wrong way by your rhetoric. I'm not one of those people where I'm just sitting and I'm watching it play out. And for someone who doesn't need validation, you seem to really be asking for it every damn day. I asked you, but ultimately, I don't really walk around. I would like less, like less validation. I mean it. Except for, you keep giving me free pizza though. Oh, yeah, ma'am. I think that was a perfect way to describe what I'm trying to say here. I still experience a lot of attention. In my dating life, I don't, and it's split. I experience a lot of duality. When I'm out in public, nobody knows me. They just see my face, and then they bow down, worship the ground I walk on. And then, when I say I have herpes, then I get treated bad because that is a part of the whole package of attraction. There's variables, and I am a walking contradiction to your rhetoric. No hate though. I really like you. You're a really pretty girl. You really are. And I didn't come to your channel to level up. The only reason you're on my algorithm is because you. I don't know who you are, but you know me. You guys keep doing that shit. That's just so fucking weird. Who are you? And maybe you don't know me, but you just really hated me. The minute you saw me, you hated me. Like, you really went in on my ass. Like, damn, why do you keep going in on my ass? Then you watch my video, then you're responding to... Girl, I'm not delusional. And at the very least, you're very much in a pick-me energy, telling these women to not be delusional. If they think they're beautiful and they've gotten some type of attention that makes them feel beautiful, the only people that would be responsible for that is men. And I am a testament that men will fuck anything because I have an STD. I fucked. I have been approached to fuck. I've very rarely do I actually approach the others. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't approach them a lot. If I want you, I will tell you, but that's not often. So I went way too long on this video because this isn't even really my niche, but I noticed it and thought I might help you out.